Welcome back, Eagles fans. Today we've got a lot to break down, starting with some recent chatter around Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown. Things are heating up on the offensive side of the ball, and it's the kind of conversation every fan loves to hear because it tells you a lot about the mindset of the team. Saquon Barkley recently weighed in, agreeing with some of A.J. Brown's comments, which is interesting because it shows that the concerns A.J. voiced weren't just his alone. They're shared within the locker room. This kind of honesty is rare, and it's always encouraging when your star players are aligned on wanting to push the offense to its full potential. Barkley made it clear that it doesn't matter if the team scores 10 points or 40. The goal is to always look for ways to improve. That sense of urgency is exactly what you want to see from your core guys. The mindset he described, putting last week behind you and moving forward, reflects a championship mentality. And it's the kind of mentality that can lift a team from being good to elite. It's also worth noting that A.J. Brown has consistently defended his quarterback, making it clear that he's not just calling out problems for the sake of it. Sometimes the missed opportunities aren't about who's throwing the ball, they're about the design of the plays, the pace, the pressure from the defense, and the matchups he's facing. There's a nuance in what A.J. is saying that deserves attention. Getting him involved more consistently isn't about favoritism. It's about maximizing the team's potential. When A.J. is on the field and in rhythm, the offense clicks in a completely different way, and it opens up opportunities for everyone else, including Saquon. The running game has been solid, but as Saquon pointed out, there's always room to get better. The Eagles are more than halfway through the season, and if they want to lock in that top seed, every play, every adjustment matters. Speaking of adjustments, let's pivot to Cooper Dean and the talk about him possibly moving to the outside. With the addition of Michael Carter, there's flexibility now that wasn't there before. Cooper has traditionally thrived in the slot, but coaches are exploring ways to get the best matchups and production from their personnel. It's not about moving a player just to shake things up, it's strategic. By putting Cooper outside and leveraging Michael Carter in the slot, the team can field its most effective secondary. It's a chess match, really. The idea is to get the best players on the field in the positions where they can make the biggest impact. And this combination could create a formidable lineup. From a fan's perspective, it's exciting because it means the coaching staff is thinking creatively about maximizing talent, rather than just sticking rigidly to traditional roles. Now, let's talk about Quan Mitchell, because this guy is starting to get the recognition he deserves. Analysts are starting to notice the kind of technical ability he brings to the field. His understanding of leverage, his smooth transitions in coverage, and his awareness of both the quarterback and the receiver are all traits that separate him from the pack. He's a cornerback who not only has the athletic tools, but also the mental acumen to read the game at a high level in press coverage. He disrupts routes without losing control, and in off coverage, he's calculating enough to maintain the perfect cushion while keeping his eyes on the quarterback. That combination of technique and intelligence is rare, and it's why people are starting to see him as potentially one of the best in the league. He's still early in his career, but the foundation he's building now is what championship-level corners are made of. The kind of plays he's making, even when they don't result in interceptions, are teaching him how to be even more disruptive down the line. The confidence will come with experience, and once he gets a few more games under his belt, he could be a game-changer in the secondary. Looking at the bigger picture, the Eagles' health is another key piece to consider as they prepare for crucial matchups. The offensive line is mostly healthy, and that stability is critical. Cam Jurgens is reportedly limited, but even at 70%, the starting five are expected to perform effectively. That kind of continuity up front is essential, especially when you're looking at games that could define the playoff seeding. The upcoming matchup against Detroit looms large, not just as a regular season game, but potentially as a game that could decide the first or second seed in the NFC. Wins here matter tremendously because of the tiebreaker implications, and the schedule that follows gives the Eagles the chance to capitalize on momentum. Games against teams like Washington, the Raiders, and the Cowboys present opportunities to rack up wins and solidify position. The defensive strategy is equally important because shutting down the run in critical games, like against Buffalo, could be the deciding factor. The balance of a healthy offense, a disciplined defense, and strategic game planning is what could put the Eagles over the top. When it comes to quarterback play, there's a lot to unpack as well. The coaching staff has been deliberate in how they handle Cooper Dean's role. The discussion around moving him outside isn't arbitrary. It's about getting the best combination on the field. His versatility and experience in the slot make him valuable, but in certain alignments, placing him outside could unlock higher production across the defense. The addition of Michael Carter provides the flexibility to make those adjustments without sacrificing coverage inside. This is a reflection of a team that is dynamic and willing to adapt to the opponent rather than force players into rigid roles. It's about creating matchups that favor your team. And from what's been observed, this approach could give the Eagles secondary one of the strongest setups in the league. Meanwhile, Quan Mitchell continues to impress. His technical proficiency and awareness have earned high praise, and it's becoming clear that his trajectory is upward. Coaches and analysts note how he reads the quarterback and positions himself to impact the play, while controlling the receiver, even when he doesn't make the interception. His disruption alters the offensive scheme, forcing quarterbacks to make adjustments over time. This is exactly the type of player who can turn games with a single play. Mitchell's ability to learn and adapt quickly, combined with his physical tools, positions him as a cornerback with elite potential. The Eagles' investment in developing him is starting to pay dividends, and fans are beginning to see flashes of what could be a dominant career. His early performances suggest that, with experience and confidence, he could consistently be a game-changer at the position, returning to the offense. Saquon Barkley's comments highlight the importance of continuity and trust between the running back and the quarterback. When the offensive line is healthy and the play calling maximizes personnel like A.J. Brown and Saquon, the unit performs at a higher level. It's a reminder that football is about synergy. When all parts operate in harmony, the results show up on the scoreboard. A.J. Brown's insistence on being actively involved is not just a personal preference. It's a reflection of the offensive balance. When he's engaged, defenses have to account for him, opening lanes and options for everyone else. This interplay between the star wide receiver, the running back, and the quarterback underscores the importance of cohesion in building an elite offense. Finally, looking at the bigger picture, the Eagles are in a position where strategic decisions, player health, and game planning intersect in a way that could define the season. Every adjustment, from Cooper Dean's positioning to Quan Mitchell's development to Saquon's role in the offense, matters. The upcoming games are not just tests of skill, they're opportunities to cement the team's identity and put themselves in contention for top playoff seeds. What we're seeing is a franchise that is methodical in its approach, willing to adapt, and focused on getting the most out of its talented roster. The alignment of players' mindsets, the attention to tactical adjustments, and the pursuit of consistency across all phases of the game is what could propel this team to a level where they're not just competitive but dominant as the season progresses. One of the most fascinating stories to watch is how the Eagles continue to develop their quarterback play and maximize their receiving cores. Cooper Dean's potential move to the outside has sparked a lot of debate, but it's clear that the coaching staff is thinking long-term and strategically. This isn't about reacting to a single game or overhauling the lineup overnight. It's about building the most competitive team possible with the tools they have. Michael Carter's presence adds flexibility, allowing Dean to shift without creating a gap elsewhere in the slot. Carter's experience and understanding of the offense make him an effective counterbalance, giving the team options that were previously unavailable. The goal is simple: get the best players in positions where they can make the biggest impact. And the combination of Dean outside, Quan Cooper on the other side, and Carter in the slot could create one of the most dynamic secondaries in the league. Quan Mitchell's growth is another storyline that is gaining momentum. Watching him play, it's evident that he's more than just a talented athlete. He's a cerebral player with a deep understanding of leverage, positioning, and timing. Analysts are beginning to recognize how his technique allows him to disrupt passes. Even without making interceptions, he reads the quarterback, anticipates routes, and uses his hands effectively to control receivers while staying balanced and prepared to react. Every game he plays adds to his experience, and each adjustment he makes on the fly demonstrates why he's considered a future star in the league. He has the foundation of a cornerback who can change the outcome of a game on a single play, and the Eagles are fortunate to have him developing under their guidance. What's particularly exciting is that he's only in his second year. His ceiling is sky high. By his third or fourth season, those near interceptions are likely to turn into actual turnovers, and that could redefine how opposing offenses approach the Eagles' secondary. Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley's role remains a focal point of the offense. He's already one of the most dynamic backs in the league, but his comments show a level of awareness and professionalism that is crucial. For the team's overall success, Barkley acknowledges that improvement is always necessary, regardless of whether the offense scores 10 points or 40. That mindset resonates across the locker room because it sets a standard of accountability and effort. When star players are committed to incremental improvement, it creates a culture that pushes everyone around them to raise their game. A.J. Brown's involvement is part of that culture as well. He's vocal about wanting to be engaged in every play, and that energy translates into better performance for the team as a whole. The offense functions best when its most talented players are fully integrated, and the coaching staff has to find creative ways to make that happen. Looking deeper at team dynamics, the health of the offensive line plays a pivotal role in both the running and passing game. With the starters mostly healthy, including Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Tyler St, and Jordan Matta, the Eagles can maintain stability up front. Even Cam Jurgens, limited but contributing, provides depth and flexibility. This cohesion allows for a more consistent offensive rhythm, which is critical in high-stakes games where every yard counts. When the line performs at a high level, it not only protects the quarterback but also opens running lanes for Barkley, allowing him to maximize his impact. A healthy, cohesive line is the backbone of any championship-caliber offense, and the Eagles are fortunate to have that stability as they enter crucial matchups. The upcoming game against Detroit is particularly significant because it has the potential to define the Eagles' positioning in the playoff picture. It's not just about winning a single game. It's about securing tie-breakers and building momentum for the stretch run. Wins against teams like Washington, the Raiders, and even the Cowboys later in the season are all opportunities to reinforce the team's standing. But Detroit presents a challenge that requires focus and execution. The team's ability to balance running and passing, maintain offensive rhythm, and control the tempo of the game will be key. Shutting down the run is another critical factor, especially in matchups against teams like Buffalo, where controlling the ground game can dictate the outcome. The Eagles' approach to preparation and their ability to adjust in real time will ultimately determine whether they can turn these opportunities into wins that matter. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. There's a chill in the Philadelphia air, and it's not just the weather. Across the city, from South Street bars to the stands at Lincoln Financial Field, a quiet murmur is growing louder. Is Jalen Hurts leaving the Eagles? What started as a passing comment in the locker room has now snowballed into one of the biggest talking points in the NFL world. Sources close to the team describe an unusual tension surrounding Hurts in recent days. His normally steady demeanor has reportedly given way to moments of visible frustration, and insiders whisper that not everything is as harmonious as it seems between the star quarterback and the Eagles organization. While no official statement has been made, the speculation has been enough to send shockwaves through Philadelphia's passionate fanbase. Hurts has been the heart and soul of this franchise, a symbol of resilience and leadership since taking over as QB1. His connection with the city, built on grit, humility, and unmatched work ethic, made him more than just a player. He became a reflection of Philly's blue-collar spirit. The mere thought of him wearing another jersey feels almost unthinkable, yet the murmurs persist. Rumors range from contract tensions to philosophical differences between Hurts and the coaching staff. Others suggest that the quarterback might be seeking a fresh start somewhere he feels more creatively empowered. The Eagles' front office has remained silent, but the longer that silence lingers, the louder the whispers grow. For now, Philadelphia waits, anxious, uncertain, and clinging to hope. The city that once rallied behind Hurts' rise now finds itself fearing a future without him. If this rumor turns out to be true, it would mark the end of an era that felt like destiny and midnight green. And if it isn't, well, maybe these whispers will serve as a reminder of just how deeply this city loves its quarterback. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.